Today I'm bringing you guys what appears to be some pretty positive news in regards to the future of the Titanfall franchise. A few months back, when we found out that Respawn was being acquired by EA, a lot of you really felt this was the death of Respawn, the death of your favorite franchise. The idea that EA was going to kill Respawn, destroy Titanfall 3, just bury it with awful microtransactions, pay-to-win, loot boxes, etc., etc. Now, I didn't really share all of those same concerns. While of course I was concerned to some extent, I really did feel that Respawn made that decision fully knowing they would have the free control they wanted to have over their franchise. And also, it was very clear at that point already that Star Wars Battlefront 2 had proven to be a very not successful implementation of loot boxes and microtransactions as a whole for both EA and DICE. I felt that EA was soon going to be looking for other ways to monetize their products, or at least I hoped they would be looking for other ways to do so, not just on the basis of consumer friendliness, because they're still doing all of this loot box and card pack crap with FIFA Ultimate Team, but on the basis that it wasn't actually profitable to continue to do things the way they were doing them with both Battlefield and Star Wars Battlefront 2. So I figured one way or another, whether it was out of the kindness of their heart, which it's never going to be, they're a corporation, they don't give a shit, or simply, again, the fact that there were more profitable means of monetizing their product post-launch. And that's exactly what we're seeing with Battlefield 5. And this is why I'm feeling a lot more positive about the future of the Titanfall franchise now. Battlefield 5 is doing away with its premium pass. It's doing away with loot boxes. In fact, Battlefield 5 pretty much has the same system that Titanfall 2 had. You almost wonder if Respawn showed up at their doorstep and was like, hey guys, I don't know if you remember us, we're your neighbors, we're Respawn, you published our last game. Oh, okay, hey, yeah, hi, what can we do for you guys? Well, you know, we really want to make Titanfall 3, we want to make it really big, we want to make it really badass, like titans and swords, and you know, cool stuff blowing up everywhere. Slide hopping, you into that? Yeah, we want to do that. But we kind of need, more money. So we were wondering if you guys could help us out with that. We also realized that you guys are having some problems with that loot box thing. Yeah, that didn't go over so well. We saw that. Yeah, bad luck, right? We can help you with that because our system's actually really good and not, not not anti-consumer. And EA's kind of like, all right, come inside. And then next thing you know, they're like, hey, we got the answer for you, and they purchase Respawn. Probably not how it went down, but I find it funny that this system is so in line with what Respawn did with Titanfall 2, a system that so many of us felt was incredibly fair. You almost wonder if EA did actually see that feedback and say, wow, we could we could probably go that route. I think more importantly, though, they did realize that not only did that route give them a better viewpoint in the eyes of the consumer, but it was also more profitable, specifically with the rise of Fortnite. Fortnite, I really think, is one of the prime reasons behind this change of heart, if you will, from EA. The realization that people, just from a strange psychological perspective, will actually spend far more money on your game than they ever would have otherwise if you give them the content that matters, gameplay-focused content in this case, for free, and then give them the option to purchase cosmetics that don't actually affect gameplay. Even more so when you ensure that there's already enough stuff in the base game, which is what Respawn did a very good job of. Fortnite, on the other hand, doesn't do a good job of that, but it still makes a boatload of money, so it's almost as if that portion doesn't matter to anyone but us as the players and the consumer. And I think that's really where EA saw their so-called change of heart, the massive success that Fortnite was having in selling $25 skins. Still blows my mind how much money people spend on that game, actually. I'm too broke for that, but there are people out there who say, wow, look at Epic Games giving us all this free stuff. They had jetpacks. They changed the map. We got the Dusty Divot now. Thanos was in our game. This is so cool, man. Here's $50. I just bought 2 skins. My name's John Wick. I'm a peak panda. Get wrecked, bro. It's obviously a very profitable system, and I think EA saw that, and that's why we're getting the system that we're getting inside of Battlefield. The side effect of it being very profitable for them, potentially, is that it is quite consumer-friendly. It is a system that I'm much more of a fan of. I like the fact that we're going to be able to buy the stuff straight out if we want to, again, much like we did in Titanfall 2, and I really want to repeat, the reason we started this whole video was because I feel this does bode very well for the future of the franchise. I really can't see them delivering any system other than this system in Titanfall 3, since it is, number one, so similar to Titanfall 2's, but also because I do believe it's going to be really successful. Time will tell, but I believe this is going to be a very financially successful system for them. That also allows them to appear better as a corporation in the eyes of the consumer. Now, the other thing that gets me excited about everything happening with Battlefield 5 is the way they are actually doing their live services. So the idea that they're going to have these events that, you know, pretty much launch on a regular basis. In fact, there's one dropping just a month after the game releases called The Fall of Europe. That's going to expand the experience within their own sort of perspective of World War II. You know, their own World War II story that they're telling, if you will. That's going to open it up for more content. They're even talking about like timed events where players can gain access to unique cosmetics. Can you imagine Respawn being able to do something like that with the firepower, with the resources from EA with Titanfall 3? You know, we got a glimpse of that. Like, Titanfall was already on that road to doing live services. We got a new gun. We got 2 new guns. We got a new Titan. You know, we got new maps. It was always like Respawn wanted to do that on a much grander level, but they just didn't have the resources. They didn't have the staff. They didn't have the money. They weren't turning the profit because maybe they didn't have the player base. So I really hope that this just bodes well for Titanfall 3 as you know, genuinely being a bigger and better experience. Not just talking about its actual scale, but talking about the, you know, the resources that the team at Respawn is actually given to make Titanfall 3. This is a very positive setup, and if Battlefield is successful, you know, I think that will only increase the chances of something like this being done with Titanfall 3. When are we going to see Titanfall 3? I don't know. I know a lot of you guys keep talking like E3. People are desperate to see this game this year, and I know it's technically going on 2 years, but really, like, already? I don't know, man. I don't know. Although game developers really fucking blow me away with the rate at which they can iterate and actually build some of these things that we play these days. Like 2 to 3 year development cycles on some of these games absolutely blows my mind. We don't realize how grateful we should be for the game developers that function and work in this industry, because they make some amazing shit under extremely stressful conditions in a very short period of time, and it's impressive as fuck. Look it, they got me swearing. I'm going to leave it at that. Feel free to leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
You have been brought here for a purpose, the most important task of your lives.